Welcome to Full 18, Episode 13, and we are at the gorgeous Teesside Golf Club up north today. And I have a little bit of a discount code for you. The Slim Golfer, ring the pro shop, tell them the Slim Golfer, and you will get £10 off your green fee. So it'll become £35 rather than £45. Thank you, Teesside, for doing this for me and my followers and loyal subscribers. So yeah, thanks a lot and enjoy the video. So if you watched Full 18 before, the goal is that I go around the UK trying to beat my handicap, and today we only get 10 shots, so let's see. First hole, 359 yards, stroke index 10, pretty much straight away. If you watched the last video at Eton, I started pretty poor, where I was sort of I wasn't even hitting the face of the actual driver or the club. And I'm going to have a reasonable same start here at Teesside Golf Course. Not finding the face on the first few shots. Beautiful tee shot, really beautiful tee shot with the sort of pond in front, the practice green to the left. It's really in top condition, this golf course. Amazing. Greenkeepers, you deserve a massive shout out. Onto the green, and somehow I've got a putt for a par, having stunk this hole out. Let's see if I can get up and down. I'll take a bogey on this hole. Yeah, in the bin lid, I would say. A little tap in for a bogey, hopefully. And then we have a par 5 coming up, if I can make this. Yeah, nicely in. And on to the second hole we go. Second hole, and it's rare that you find a low stroke index as a par 5. Stroke index 4 this is, and it's quite a severe dogleg to the left. It's a drawer's paradise, certainly not a fader's paradise, and I've put it in sort of the trees on the right. Just a chip out with a 6-iron, knock it down as far as I can. It's gone down about 50 to 60 yards, maybe a bit more. And it's still going to leave me with a good 3-wood hit in. This was into wind. So let's see how I can get on. Nice little shot down there. It's going to leave me around about 90 yards, 80 or 90 yards. So sand wedge. Let's try and get this one close. We can make a par still. Not too bad. But we're going to sort of fly over the flag, and it's going to be a sort of difficult up and down 2-putt. So for par, oh, go on Slim, knock it in. Oh no, it's a double, and it's 3 over through the first 2. That is not a good start when you only have 10 shots to play with. On to 3. We arrive on the easiest hole on the golf course, stroke 18, 128 yards. A couple of bunkers around the green, but not much to it. And I'm going to hit the green. I'm going to be long onto the green, so it won't be an easy two-putt, but let's see how we get on. Be nice to make a par here. Not a too bad a putt. And that is a nice par. And 3 over through 3, bogey golf. On to 4 we go. Onto the 4th hole, stroke index 8, and it's dogleg to the right. You sort of just aim at one of the big trees in the distance and let it curl around. This is definitely for a fader. And then I had around about 150 yards in, maybe a little bit less, and I hit a 7-iron because it was into wind, and probably the best strike by a long way of the day so far. It's going to hit the green and leave me with a relatively okayish putt. So, nice 2-putt, just try and get it up there. Let's see what Slim can do. Not bad. Tap it in, and we're playing better than bogey golf. Yeah, and on to the 5th hole. Fifth hole, 488 yards, stroke index 13, so no shot here. And it's basically a very gentle dogleg to the left. You've got a few bunkers down the right side of the fairway and one down the left. Here is my second shot. So just want to try and get it down there with the 3-wood. Sort of hit it down the right side. Oh, not great. Blocked out now and having to try and play a fade into this green, and I've overdone it, and I'm going to be down the right side. I'm going to be short-sighted again, sort of having to be Seve Ballester or sort of Phil Mickelson here. Let's see what Slim can do. I've got my 60-degree wedge. Played it nice, but unfortunately these greens are rapid, and yeah, couldn't stop it. Close. And now a par putt from distance. Be nice to make this one. Oh, just short. And it's going to be a bogey. It's 4 over through the first 5, and it's time to start making some inroads. On to 6. Sixth hole, par 4, 397 yards, and it's stroke index 2. So the second hardest hole on the golf course, and it's a beaut. Hit it down the left here, and it's still left me with quite a way in, around about 170 yards. I've got my 6-iron here.
There's a backstop behind the flag, Slim.
Hit a nice shot to the left side, or right side, sorry. Right side by the bunker. And I believe I will be getting Is he putter out? Yes. Be lovely to par the second hardest hole on the golf course. Oh, so close to going in. And now a par attempt to remain 4 over through 6. Oh, not a great putt. 5 over through 6 it is, and on to hole 7. Hole 7, stroke index 11. No shot and 190 yards, and you have to carry a bunker, well, a few bunkers, and get it to land soft. I hit this so high and expected it to stay on the green, but it didn't. It went over, and just need this up and down. Up and down, please. Please.
Go. Go.
Not a bad putt. And I'm going to be putting for a par. Let's make this. Let's get the 3 for 2 and go on to 8. There we go. Slotted it in. And on to the 8th hole we go. Eighth hole, par 4, 375 yards, stroke 5, the 5th hardest hole on the golf course, and Slim has put it behind a tree, would you believe? He's going to get up there, and he's going to have to try and miss the tree with a sweeping hook. Can he pull this one off? Nice line. Don't overbend. Not bad. Just to the left of the green. Chipping downhill. Would be lovely to get this up and down on the 8th. Not bad. Not bad. Putting for par. Oh. Bogey. 6 over through 8, and we really need to start making a move because we only get 10 shots, so 4 over through here from here to play to my handicap and 3 over to beat it in this episode. On to 9. Ninth hole, pretty much straight away with a few little ditches right and left of this one. 357, extremely back into the wind, into the teeth. I think this is stroke index 15 if I remember correctly. So no shot, and I'm going in with a 9 wood into this green. Quite tight into this green, to be honest. Bunkers right and left. And I've hit that quite well. And it's going to go over the green. Wow. And you can hear Greg saying about, you know, me hitting a 3 wood, because I was going to hit a 3 wood. Just total decel. And I'm going to be putting for a par, but so this, if I miss this, it would be 7 over through 9, and it means that I need to play the back 9, 2 over to beat my handicap, or 3 over to play to my handicap of this series of full 18. So we really need to start making progress very soon, and onto the back 9 we go. Hole 10, and it's the first of the back-to-back par 5s. And this is a tough one, stroke index 7. You sort of play it down there, and then your second shot is either laying up in front of the water or attacking it over the water. I chose to attack it with a 3-wood and hit it down over the water. Obviously, if you were sort of laying up, it would be like more like a 9-iron. Hitting it to like the edge, and then you'd still have about 150 in, 160. So I've hit it down the left, and I'm in the trees. Have my 9-iron in hand here, just to sort of play it off the back foot and try and chase it down to the green. Didn't particularly get this how I wanted it to. It just sort of ran through a little bit too much down the right side. So chipping back up again. Nice 9-iron to the little linksy shot and putting for par. This would be a 5 for 3 if I can make it. Be nice to start making these. Come on, 5 for 3, 5 for 3, 5 for 3. Boom. Nice. And on to the next par 5. Hole 11, the second of the par 5s in a row, and we have this at 539 yards, but no shot. Stroke index 12, basically pretty much a straight away par 5, if ending a slight dogleg to the right, bunkers in the fairway, bunkers around the green. So I've hit a nice drive and a necky 3-wood that's gone to the right side of the bunker, leaving me in with about 160. Hit like a 7 over the trees here. I'm going to short sight myself again. I love doing this. And playing 4 from the green side. Oh, caught that way too. I don't know whether that was fat or thin, to be honest. But yeah, here we go for par. Oh dear. So I need to, if that goes in, I'll be 8 over. So that means only one more drop shot allowed to beat this course in this episode. Wow, we have got a lot of work to do. Hole 12 coming up, people. Hole 12 is probably one of the most picturesque, beautiful holes on the golf course. You go through like a load of trees, you come down to this, and you've got like a little sort of ditch in the fairway, bunkers, little pond. Then you play into this green, hit a decent shot, and then this was a sand wedge, and I really had to try and stop this on a dime. couldn't really. The greens are playing really firm today on this. Oh, I thought I made that. Needed things like this to drop because we are so close to that handicap right now. And it's just getting tough. On to 13 we go, which is the par 3. Let's see. 13th hole, stroke 9, and we are on a shot. But I've got 3 wood, it's 196 yards. It's just turning, overturning. And I've short-sighted myself again. It's unbelievable how many times you can short-sight yourself on this golf course. But a huge, amazing chip here that's going to be sort of Sevy-like. And here we go. The comeback's on. I'm telling you. Hole 14. Stroke index 1, the hardest hole on the golf course, and rightly so. It's 425 yards. You have a ditch halfway in the hole, bunkers a lot of the hole, and just a sweeping dogleg that sort of is difficult. And you can see like the industrial estate on the right as well, which is out of bounds. Tricky hole. I've hit a nice drive and a nice 3 wood, to be honest, but unfortunately not too accurate, and I'm gonna have to play this back in the stance because if I didn't, can I do it? Yeah, nice contact. We put in for a par, and this is bringing me well back into the game here so far. I need to make it though. These are the putts. Oh, great. On to 15 we go, which is a par 3. Need to continue. Fifteenth hole, we need no worse than 1 over on these last 4 to play to beat my handicap, and no worse than 2 over, and that is not a good start. Finding the first bunker of the day, and right up against the lip, and probably the hardest bunker shot that you'll have. Oh, got a load of sand in my eyes on the beach. There we have it. Now putting for a pressured up and down at worst. Let's see if I can somehow sneak this in the door. Oh, no. So the last 3 holes need to be 1 over at worst to play. Hole 16, stroke index 3, 421 yards, and it's a toughie. And we have to play this last 3 holes off the white tees in scratch to beat my handicap of this episode at full 18. Wow, what a challenge. Hitting a 9 wood into this tight green entry. Literally has to be landed on a 5 pence. I've done it. Oh, wow. Lovely. Right. Nothing stupid now, Slim. Let's try and make a good putt here. Left it short. But that is one of the holes out the way to complete this challenge. On to 17 we go. Hole 17, only 294 yards, but stroke index 17. So, hole 17, stroke 17. Knocked it down there to leave myself with a half a sand wedge, about 60 odd yards downwind. Sort of a downhill lie as well. Let's see what I can do with this one. Need to nip it in tight. Obviously, the greens are firm. I'm going to be putting for a bird. Let's see what I can do. This would give me a lot of space, knowing that there's water in front of the green on 18, and it's the 6th hardest hole in the course. I'd love this to be a bit of breathing space. Oh. So, a par on the last to beat my handicap, a bogey on the last to just say that I've done it. And anything worse is a knob. No. So last hole, 410 yards, right off the backs, can't get this any further. Stroke index 6, so on a shot, but needing to par it. And look, it's difficult, there's a pond in front of the green. I've got 166, and I've chose a 6 iron. And I'm going to dice with the water, but not too much. I'm going to make sure that I'm played to the side and get a bit accurate to leave myself with a putter. So I'm going to be short, but this needs to get up and down. So pressure on this up and down to complete the challenge of this episode of Full 18. Tying my shoes just to get a little bit more serious. And here we go. Can I play to my handicap or beat it at this Full 18 episode? Yes! Done it. Completed the challenge. Teesside, I have beat you. There we have it. An 81. I didn't think that was possible after going out in 7 over, to be quite honest. But a good back 9 played. A bogey on one of the par 5s and a sloppy bogey on one of the par 3s. A few birdie chances as well. But more than happy with that. And I'm pleased that I completed that episode and got that ticked off. So, yeah, that was episode 13, and you can always check out the 12 episodes before. There's been some really good ones. Open qualifying venues, Southport and Ainsdale, Caldy. We've had Close House, both courses of it. Reddish Vale. What else have we had? We've had quite a few golf courses now, and coming up is the swing of the northeast. So next up on episode 14 will be Hartlepool, followed by Sharpley, Brantsworth Castle, and then Saltburn by the sea. Then we have Hawksland Park, both courses coming up as well. So a lot to look forward to, but check out the other 12 videos. Please subscribe. Also like, because that's a big thing as well. Comment, anything you want to say, I'll get back to you. And any inquiries, about me visiting your golf course, whether you're a member and you get me on a member's guest, or if you're like the secretary pro, want your course promoting, I will put my email in the description. Just email me and I will get back to you and we'll sort some stuff out. So yeah, I've been the Slim Golfer and thank you for watching the video.